White House claims the oil tanker seized off the coast of Venezuela yesterday was being used to transport oil to designated foreign terror organisations. This from the Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt at the White House last hour.
The president has taken a new approach that has not been taken by any administration for quite some time to actually focus on what's going on in our own backyard. And there are two things that are very important to this administration. Number one, stopping the flow of illegal drugs into the United States of America, which we know has killed hundreds of thousands of Americans. With respect to the oil and what happened yesterday, the Department of Justice requested and was approved for a warrant to seize a vessel because it's a sanctioned shadow vessel known for carrying black market sanctioned oil to the IRGC.
Yeah, the Revolutionary Guard in Iran, that being. So David Blevins has more now from Washington.
Iran says it is a violation of international law, but not so, says the White House. You've just heard from Caroline Leavitt. She says this is President Trump honouring campaign commitments he made to thwart drug trafficking in the Caribbean and to thwart oil smuggling. You see, they claim that this vessel was funding foreign terrorist organisations by transporting sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. That's the line they're sticking to. The President's Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem, has been under pressure over this issue on Capitol Hill today too. She says the president's efforts to thwart drug traffickers has saved the lives of, wait for it, 177 million Americans. That's a staggering claim. That's more than a third of the population. But that is the line they are sticking to in terms of the boat strikes and in terms of the military build-up in that region. But there are others on Capitol Hill asking difficult questions, Democrats in particular. They say that the interception of this vessel is evidence that this is much more about Trump pursuing regime change in Venezuela. But right now that doesn't appear to be working. President Nicolás Maduro doesn't look or sound like a man under any pressure. At a rally in Caracas, he's been singing, "Don't worry, be happy," and insisting that his country will fight until the last man is standing. He's also taken a telephone call from Russian President Vladimir Putin, expressing his solidarity with Venezuela at this time. But certainly those striking images don't bode well in terms of any effort to de-escalate the tension in the region.
Let's get back to the United States now, because things are certainly heating up between the US and Venezuela. We have seen the Venezuelan government, or at least its dictator, accuse the US of piracy. Well, the US has sanctioned more ships and says it will seize more too. Joining me live is Democrat strategist and Third Way Executive Vice President for Policy, Jim Kessler. Jim, good to see you. How concerned are you about this tension between Venezuela? It would seem that the US does have the upper hand and will always have the upper hand.
Yeah, this is like a lion going after a mouse. And look, I think what Donald Trump started doing, which was going after these, narco traders and the boats, it was somewhat controversial, but I thought it was the right thing to do. Now, he seized an oil tanker. It's clear that what they're looking for is regime change in Venezuela. The president of Venezuela is the illegitimate president there. I mean, he did not win his election. So, there's reasons he should be removed. The question is, should the United States be doing this? And will this become a quagmire in which, we're spending billions of dollars and we never really get out of it? And the answer is, I don't know. So I'm concerned about the escalation.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Trump has made any further comments, but the fact that Pam Bondi released those pictures of that mission, we don't see that every day.
Obviously, we had a classified hearing, so the details of which we can't discuss. It's, I believe, our 22nd or 23rd bipartisan engagement. We'll continue to engage with Congress on this. We're headed to the House now to do a similar briefing and provide updates on this counter-drug mission, which is focused on dismantling the infrastructure of these terrorist organizations that are operating in our hemisphere, undermining the security of Americans, killing Americans, poisoning Americans. And this has been a highly successful mission that's ongoing and continued, and we're pleased to be here today to update Congress on how that's developing and how that's moving forward. As I said, I believe it's our 22nd, 23rd such engagement, certainly been at least the 4th or 5th that I've been involved in, and those will remain and be ongoing. Okay?
I would just echo that. It is the 22nd bipartisan briefing we've had on a highly successful mission to counter designated terrorist organizations, cartels, bringing weapons meaning drugs, to the American people and poisoning the American people for far too long. So we're proud of what we're doing, able to lay it out very directly to these senators and soon to the House, but it's all classified, we can't talk about it now. We're also going to tomorrow allow the HASC and SASC to see the unedited video of September 2nd, alongside with Admiral Bradley, who has done a fantastic job, has made all the right calls, and we're glad he'll be there to do it. But in keeping with long-standing Department of War policy, Department of Defense policy, of course we're not going to release a top secret, full unedited video of that to the general public. HASC and SASC and appropriate committees will see it, but not the general public.
Let's head to Capitol Hill, where Republican Senator Eric Schmidt has just blown up a reporter for falling for the they're fishing boats line about those Venezuelan smugglers.
If you can seize a tanker without killing anyone,
what's that?
If you can seize an oil tanker without killing anyone, shouldn't that have been the way that these fishing boats were also stopped?
Fishing boats? What is a fishing boat?
Well,
the drug runners?
The drug runners.
Those aren't fishing boats.
Yeah, but
those aren't fishing boats.
If you can seize a vessel without violence.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Article 2 authority then. If you're asking me if I have sympathy for narco terrorists killing Americans whose boats that are carrying the drugs that kill Americans, I don't.